Hi, you're watching the Media Rumble podcast. Each of these podcasts will have a theme of the day, and as Uncharted's been the Drake Collection's been released soon, we're going to talk about that and everything to do with Uncharted. So let's get started. Right, so starts off Uncharted 1.
Yep.
Where does that sit with you? Like, what kind of memories do you have of that? When it
Well,
first coming out for a start, did you
I
have
just
it?
remember loving Naughty Dog.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like,
Was it kind of like they've made this and
Oh,
I love their past things, so I'm gonna,
I loved Crash Bandicoot. I
yeah,
loved Giant Daxter, so I was like, shit, I'm going to get this game because I love this company and I love what they make. So I was like, telling Nathan
yeah.
to get this game, and he just wasn't in it until
Is it not?
no, until trophies came along.
Oh god, he loves his trophies.
I know. So I was like, you need to get this game. It's really good. The story's amazing. Graphics are so good.
Yeah. So after that kind of first this is Naughty Dog, and then did you get it released, or was it just a kind of you just seen it?
Oh, I seen it on a trailer.
Alright,
Seen it on a website.
because that was around it. I had an Xbox that time, so I wasn't really kind of tuned in all the PlayStation stuff. But I can remember going into the game and looking at this game and being like, that looks quite interesting because it was the cover is quite an appealing cover. It's obviously him jumping over a wee wall and he's looking very action packed. His bandolier stuff on, and I was just like, that's really cool. And then I looked at his PlayStation. I'm just like, shit. Well, there's nothing I can do about this.
The trailer looked amazing.
I can't even remember what the trailer would be like for that.
Because I think it got shown at E3 or something.
Is
This was before, well, it was supposed to be a launch game, I think, for the PS3.
Was it?
I think so. But then they moved and delayed and stuff.
Yeah, all that.
Because they glitched.
Nonsense. Yeah.
There's hardly problems with it or something, and then eventually it came out.
Yeah. But for Uncharted 1, for me, I played that second. That was my second Uncharted game I played through.
Oh, yeah, I mean.
Because I kind of jumped on the bandwagon a wee bit late.
You get the second one first.
Yeah, I got the second one first, but the first one, people would maybe think, oh, the second one's the best one, so going back to the first one would be shit. But I loved the first one because it felt like it was a prequel to me. So it was like getting to know Elena properly, like how you kind of
good character.
Yeah, because it's amazing. Like when you look at their kind of relationship in the second one, and then you're back, you jump back in the first one, how different they are, and how Elena's this kind of stuck up kind of reporter that's just wanting to get a story and just be away from this weirdo. And then but as a game, it starts off pretty damn well. It just drops you straight in.
It's a lot more difficult, I think, than any other ones.
You think?
It's
I can't really remember how difficult it was actually.
I mind to give it to my dad, and he was like, the first one's much harder to play because he played the second one first as well.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, but it just drops you straight in. It's like, right, here you are. It's like the opening cutscenes, Drake swimming underwater, and then he gets this coffin, bring it up, and then fucking pirates appear. You're just shit, and then, but it's the perfect tutorial as well because
puts you straight in.
It puts you through it, and it's not doesn't baby. It lets you kind of got obviously all the pirates jump on at different times, so you can get time to kind of compose yourself and do the button mashing. Yeah, button mashing and shooting from the hip. And
that was terrible. That
I can't remember.
The melee thing.
Oh, that took so long. It was just fucking hitting it, just fucking quick time events basically. But I loved kind of the way, and then they brought Sully into that for there, and then I don't know, just it had a really nice kind of evolution to it. You jump in the plane and you go to this place, and then you and Sully went, and the bit with the Nazi submarine, I was just it's one of those moments where you're just what the fuck, and I think that's the kind of perfect kind of summing up of what Uncharted is.
Surprise, you wouldn't expect that to be there.
No, because you're in the middle of the jungle. It's up the top of a fucking mountain. I still don't understand how it was there.
Like seeing your friends quite.
Oh, that game was so eerie at points.
Especially the end. Like you see near the end.
Oh fucking hell, the mad golem things.
I spoiled that for Nathan because he didn't have it yet. And he was like, watch this bit.
It's one of these things. You were saying that is like he turned up at your house and watched that part and he was like, what the fuck is this game?
He didn't know what it was.
Like if you jumped into that bit you'd be like, is this a horror game? Because it's like those, I'm sure I've seen very similar things in Until Dawn.
Well, that is a horror game, isn't it?
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Alright, so like it's kind of similar.
Yeah, because it's the weird, I think they're called the Descendants because they're obviously the people that's been affected by the El Dorado statue. But I can remember, was at the end, the boss battle? It was better than the second one's boss battle.
You think so?
I don't know, I think so, yeah. Because it wasn't like so confined, it's like when you're on the container ship and you're running
that's quite exciting. I forgot about that.
You're running through and then you're like, you come across all the different enemies.
Because it was a twist. You didn't, like the real bad guy, the real big bad guy was the lower down one. Name,
Navarro.
Was it Navarro?
It was the mad kind of Hispanic guy with the beard and long hair.
Yeah, he gets the other guy and then
there was obviously Eddie Rogers that you forgot his name, calling Eddie Rogers. But because there's Eddie Rogers, he was a good character because he was one of those guys like.
Oh, she didn't die.
Or did he? I don't know. But no, that was there was a whole rumour thing about there was a character model for him, but it was actually just like the online one. But it was one of those ones where it's like Eddie Raja could have been Drake. Like, see if the camera was up here on Eddie Raja, it'd be the same guy. Like, they're both kind of like, obviously Drake doesn't have a militia of pirates. That's kind of like the only difference, I think. Like Drake kind of
get the same kind of
mentality towards like getting things and plundering.
They're basically the same person, but I don't know. Like,
two sides of the same
smarter.
coin, yeah. And one
Drake's smarter.
Drake's got Sully as well. Victor Goddamn Sullivan. What about him as a character?
He's amazing. He's just there, like he's like a.
He's definitely the father figure as well. I can't believe they were going to get rid of him in the. I don't know if they were going to get rid of him, but see the.
They didn't have him that much in the time.
No, I wasn't being in that. See the film. Like they've got the film that they've still. I don't know what they're doing in this film, but it was going to be like Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro as the kind of dad and uncle. But the whole thing about Drake is like he's Sir Francis Drake's not ancestor, that's the other way around, descendant. So like, and that's it. Like his name's Drake. He's related to Sir Francis Drake. That's all you know about his family until the fourth one. But I'm sure we'll find out a lot about that in the next few months.
Oh, I can't wait.
So, what was it about the trophies? Is that like one of the first games that got trophies?
That was like I think it was like maybe the second game to get trophies. Because there was like a PSN game they got it, but then.
Oh, I got those wee.
But I think that was like the first full like game on a disc that got trophies.
That's pretty crazy.
And then Nathan was like, I have to get that.
That's what made me. I wonder how much that actually affected its popularity. Like people see it and then like be like, oh, this is good trophies, you can win things, because there's obviously like achievements for the Xbox.
I was just happy that I got to play it again. I played it another 5 times through.
I'll literally just need to get Crushing. The story in Crushing, that's it. I've got everything else.
It's Murder.
It's Crushing. But I managed to do Uncharted 2. I've got the platinum for that one. That's one of the 4 platinums I've got. So you get me with 4 platinums. I think Nathan's got like, he's in his 20s anyway with platinums.
Don't even know what I'm.
I had like
13 or something.
I had like 2 until like 3 months ago.
I just can't get in.
Managed to get Rocket League. Because Rocket League's just fucking, like, you just play through it, and it's fun, and then you get the platinum if you play through it enough. But the other one was Shadow and Mordor, but I fucking just grinded that one, getting all the wee things that use, like the Assassin's Creed.
There's some games that you can just do it, because if the trophies are fun, then you'll...
Yeah, especially in that kind of universe,
want to do it.
Like the Lord of the Rings kind of...
Like, see the Infamous things on that, like, really enjoyed doing all the trophies. It's so fun.
I need to do that sitting down there actually.
Are you completed it?
Yeah, I completed the good story, but I've just not.
There's no point in doing even once.
Doesn't make sense. But you need to do it for the trophies.
Aye, well.
You gotta do it for the trophies.
Yeah, that's fun.
I know it's one of these things, but I don't know when I'm going to find the time to do it. Because I've got the Uncharted Collection. What's that? Does that get trophies? I think Nathan said it's got trophies.
It's different. They have different trophies.
So that's good. So there was
another reason to get through it.
Dave was saying something about there's like you have to complete it in under like 2 hours or something like that, like the first one.
You do it.
Yeah, I know, but that's another thing. It's like
maybe
the GTA one where it was like the New York minute. You have to do it in under 30 hours or something like that. But it's good that they've got that thing that it's not just the same trophies that you've seen before. It's a kind of a new twist in the game. Because I'm not sure how much else they've twisted from the game. It's not like they've
taken the multiplayer away.
Yeah, but that's fine. I'm fine with that.
It's
just you get into the menu and you're just like, oh,
it's not there.
Just like, oh god, it's fucking M. Night Shyamalan shit out there. He's behind it all. But I think they've kept the gameplay really similar, which I'm not too sure about because obviously Uncharted 1's not as well refined as the other two. But it's Uncharted 1, so you're wanting it to be the feel of Uncharted 1.
Like
you don't want it to be Uncharted 2.
I've heard they've just like made the graphics, we've touched them up a wee bit, so they're like still.
I'm happy with that. I had to honestly
even when you go back to the PS3, they still look good.
They're dated a bit, but
especially the first one. But
yeah, but they're.
I think they've like, cause I used to play the first one and like there was like leaves that were blurry. So I think they've like fixed that kind of stuff.
Yeah, kind of optimised it for the PS4, but. It's one of these things. It's like obviously the jump for the first one to the second one was huge. I still don't know how they've done that in 2 years.
It was amazing.
Because the jump for the actual time difference between the first one and the second one is the exact same as the second one and the third one. And like obviously when you hit a kind of plateau with these like technologies, that's obviously what happened with the third one. But I don't know. It's just like.
The second one took it to another level.
Yeah, it definitely did, because I remember...
From the very beginning.
Yeah, I can remember I was over at Nathan's one day, and this was at the time where I was considering getting a PS4. PS3, sorry. way ahead of the game. But I was considering getting it, it was like, oh, just play this. I was like, sure. I was so bad at it. Like, say you're just like, you're in the train and you're just like, holy shit, this is fucking amazing. I think I get too overwhelmed at it. And I was just like, where the fuck did I climb? Where did I climb? I was just climbing all over.
So cinematic.
Slow, and you're just like, yeah, it was
that
like.
Was your first experience as well.
Yeah. So like, maybe that's difficult for newcomers, or maybe that was just me being an idiot.
I mean, Nathan weren't used to the first one.
Yeah. So like, the climbing mechanics were good. Just try to like jump in between like all these like the fallen debris and the big fucking the
jump
wheels.
out the window. The train. And climbing up the pipe and it's bending.
Yeah, it was really exhilarating. You're just like, shit, what's going to happen next? And then you get to the top and it's the classic, like the train's falling, you jump, you like grab on and
the first one. Well, the first one was cinematic, but like I think the second one just made it so much more cinematic. Like, poles bending as you're climbing and you can jump on another thing that's fun.
And it was some of the shots as well, not even just like the experience. Like the one, see where you're on the rooftops in Nepal or Tibet. There's Nepal because I remember the flag. You're on the rooftops and you jump off over a wall and like one of those attack helicopters goes flying over you. So like that's that moment where you're just like, you've got those grenade launchers. You just spend like 5 minutes shooting a helicopter down with grenade launchers.
That's a really good level.
Yeah, but one thing I really liked from Uncharted 2 was the flow of it. Like, you start off like this real like weird moment where you're like, where the hell is this? Why am I on the train? Why am I off this fucking cliff? And then it flashes back to the whole heist thing.
That's actually the middle of the game.
Yeah. The whole heist thing, then you do the heist, then you get put in prison. You get taken out and you're like, right. And that's when it starts, like pure, like, for the first kind of bit, it's kind of like building up to it, and then it just like, once you're there, I think that's it. Like, you go to Tibet. Nepal, sorry. I literally worked out it was Nepal like a minute ago.
Just forget.
Yeah, it's easy to forget. But once you're in that car, that's you don't really jump destinations.
You're just going through it all.
It's like you run, you go through the city, and then you run all the way through the city and you find Elena. And then you go through and then you get to
Like
the temple, the big temple, and then you get and do all that temple things. I love some of the shots when you're climbing up the dagger, and it's like so high up, and you really feel like you're quite a bit up. And then you obviously go through everything. Then the classic, the baddies just run in the way you come in, take the easy way because you've opened all the doors.
Yeah, that always happens.
I know. It's one of these things, Drake just needs to be like, right, just give me a minute, I'm just gonna wait. All these baddies
will close the door behind them.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to think like.
Because once you got out of that temple, then the poor cameraman.
There's so many like good.
Yeah.
I think it's like the best locations.
Yeah, and then like, especially the train one, because once you get to that train station, you get in the train. That's you're physically traveling between these. It's not as if you're like, right, this is us in a kind of city. Then just jump. We're in a mountain area, and then we're in the middle of the snow. Because you travel through and it's really sunny, and then
it's so different.
Yeah, and it's like real like lakes, and you can see Everest in the background, and then like you go through that tunnel after the big cinematic, like the trailer scene, when the carriage is tumbling, it just crashes into you. Not into you. Everybody differs into you because that's game over. Yeah, it hits the tunnel, and then there's that whole like section in the tunnel which is really good because it's more like it feels a lot more close combat because all the guys are jumping up.
That whole level is just amazing.
And then the moment you come out of that tunnel, you're in to like on the cliffs, and then there's that attack chopper comes after you again. You get that gun just.
That's when it goes off the cliff, isn't it? After that.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, because after you take down the helicopter, there's the guy.
I just remember
the big chain gun, and then you have to the chain gun guys, and you shoot the logs away, and then there's a boss, and then.
I just remember playing that in Crushing. Oh my god.
Unbearable.
It was murder to that level. I hate it, like.
Yeah, because it's not as if like you can't go anywhere. There's like.
There's bullets flying everywhere. You hang at the side of the train, jump in the windies, and just have to move about all the time, constantly.
Yeah.
That's what I like about the gameplay as well. You have to constantly have to move because, like, obviously they always try to flank you.
Yeah, which is really good for the building the AI like that, because you don't want them just sitting in the same wee spot, just like shooting at you. But another thing about the story is when they're like all the different kind of the twists. Like
that's the best
people like there's people betraying you, like Harry Flynn. I mean, he's obviously going to betray you.
And like Flynn.
Yeah.
I liked him though.
He was good. He was really he was charismatic.
Yeah.
And he's a bit of a dick, so you kind of like him. And then
he was good. I
like the whole thing with Chloe, because you're like, who does she work for here? Because like she obviously was the one that introduced the.
Should we really talk about like
spoilers? I don't know.
It's kind of like people are quite watching this with like buying the collection, then they're going to be like.
Yeah, but Uncharted's been out years.
Aye.
So it's
that's just like for new customers to the game.
Yeah, I suppose not spoiler.
Well, people obviously got to buy it again. But.
Yeah. Oh. There's wee middle discussion about fucking spoilers. We could have done this at the start.
I know. Just edit that into the start.
Yeah. No, but then we're still talking about spoilers. As soon as if we're
just cut this whole bit out.
We're going back in a word. I mean, there's spoilers, I guess. Like the whole, like, you don't know who to trust. That's not a spoiler. You don't know who to trust. It's you're among thieves, as the name suggests. So then there's no honour among thieves.
No.
And so you're like, obviously Drake knows these people, but he still doesn't trust them. And it's a really good kind of world that builds up of Drake's kind of wee pals that he's met, like Flynn, who's not really a nice guy, but he's. But then again,
he's a good
obviously, yeah, we mentioned Drake's not that great a man, but he's obviously like a good kind of.
Just try to
protagonist.
Completely forgot, but see that stealth mission, like at the very start, and you're like wearing all black.
Yeah, the heist.
Aye.
With Flynn.
That's such a good level.
Yeah.
Like that gets you like learn how to do stealth. I can actually remember people complaining that they need to show you how to do stealth.
Really? I thought that you had to do stealth. Like it was
forced in it, but like, they never gave you like instructions and stuff.
Yeah, I liked how it used the whole thing for like the Ratchet and Clank ones you were saying about the guys with the torches. the kind of old mechanic where the guards would be walking about and they'd have torches, and if you get into the torch beam.
Oh, that's Psycho.
Psycho, so it makes sense. Psycho, for instance, fucking thief. So like you're trying to avoid the torches and try to be seen and like just.
Well, it's more realistic than Psycho.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I mean. And like it's a kind of advancement of that technology, which I think is an amazing thing that Naughty Dog have been doing. They're clearly
they took that out of like the third one. I love the stealth. I like that you could do stealth and like just running in.
I know, because they felt as if they were like, oh, the combat's been overhauled and stuff, but it was all quick time events, and it was all just giant 7-foot bald Englishmen you were fighting, or a bald Englishman with like a kind of wrap around his head. And I don't know, because like it was fine for the first fight, like that first scene in the English pub. So you're like, holy shit, this is a big massive English guy. And then you see him, then you see
get a lot of the other ones that are massive as well.
Yeah, there's like one in that fucking the burning French thing. Then there's the plane, there's a big giant guy there. There's too many of them. Like, I don't know where, like, I think they must be cloning these then. Like, fair enough, the games, they have bad guys that all look the same, but it's when you're that unique a person that you can blend in with the same clothes and everything. But if you're 7 foot tall, bald, and fucking massive, you're not going to blend in if there's 10 of you throughout the game.
The stealth was so good though. Like, I loved it.
Yeah.
Like you could kill every enemy in an area with it, and setting off other ones coming in.
Yeah, because you could choose just to be like, well, obviously in the first mission you can't choose that, but in all the other ones you can choose to like sneak about and like you can tactically take them out, which I love is from other games, like Far Cry is good for that as well.
You can be in cover and like, take somebody out.
Yeah, so like you can have like enemies like all around you, all around the area you want to get to. And you can sneak in one side and take all them out. So you've just got one way to fire on. Whereas if you just run in, just like fire in there, you can flank easily. So it's done really well.
Yeah,
that's
why they shouldn't have taken it.
Yeah, but maybe they'll learn. They'll keep it in.
Put it in the fourth one.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. They've not shown anything that looks stealthy.
Well, they did that big gameplay.
Oh yeah, that was like, it was like
they could hide
stealth, but not stealth. It wasn't. It was like subtle stealth where you could like jump into bushes and take out the guards.
Illusion.
Yeah.
You can walk past them.
I forgot about that one actually. That was ages ago. When was that? That was.
You just remember the one with the truck, didn't you? That was last E3.
Was it? No,
it was.
Was that not?
That wouldn't have been
the VG Game Awards.
VGA Game Awards. That's not right.
The Video Game Award Game Awards.
VGAs. That's like.
Yeah, that's something else, isn't it? Is it?
No.
I don't know.
Getting off topic.
I'm getting off topic talking about fucking Game Awards. That was they cut that anyway.
Should we talk about the third one?
Well.
Maybe keep staying in the second one.
I'm not sure.
Talk about set pieces in the second one.
Yeah, the set pieces. Like I love the one, see where you're running up to the temple, and not the. There's the two.
What temple?
The two temple, but.
That's the one you're running into when the helicopter's chasing you. And then you do that wee puzzle.
I can't remember.
It's been so long since I've played it.
I know, it's been a while. It'll be good to play these again. We'll definitely get some exciting just playing through them.
Just remember that one.
Yeah, I remember the one you run up the stairs and it's a pure sweeping staircase and you run up to it. I think that's the one in Nepal, because the one in actual Shangri-La you're running across, like you don't actually just run straight into it. Unless it is. It's one of the two. You might have to do it with both of them, because they're so different as well. Because like the one in Shangri-La is just obviously covered in like just bushes and trees and everything. It's just so like run down.
I don't even remember this one. I don't remember it at all.
I don't know. We'll see it next week when we play it. Well, I'll play it. I'll see it in a Blake Gray on this, is it?
I can't afford it.
But
yeah, trade in for it.
They really done the set piece as well. Like it's not something that took you out of the game. It's not as if it was like a cutscene, which is an amazing thing that they've done. to avoid a cutscene looking thing. It's a cutscene, but it doesn't look like a cutscene a lot of the time. The interactive cutscene, I guess, is what they'd be going for.
I think. Obviously, we were talking about the train one, which is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
On the train and when it goes off the cliff and you're climbing up it and that.
Yeah.
But I like seeing the bit where you're in the building. And
when the helicopter's taken out.
And yet, like all the furniture starts moving, and you're like, wait a minute, and then the building starts moving forward, and you jump through the window into another building. I was like, whoa.
Yeah,
that's amazing. Like,
I know. It's one of these things. It's a lot. It's so memorable, which is good for a game like this. It's
I've not played it in years.
I know. It's lasted in your memory like that.
I love it by the end as well. Big massive set piece. Should we talk about that?
The bit where you're running?
Spoilers for like the...
Yeah, spoilers for the next minute.
The secret city. What's it called again?
Shangri-La. I don't know if they spoke about Shangri-La.
Well,
but I've never said any of this, I just said in Shangri-La. But when you're on the bridge and
Lazarevich you talk about the twist actually in this one.
Oh my god, I forgot that. Yeah. While we're in spoiler territory, we're going to talk about the twist. There's a hole in Nepal, you're up the mountains, you're climbing through all these caves, and there's that moment, see when you're just climbing, and there's this big rock, and it just kind of shifts around, and it's just like a Yeti. You're just like, what the hell is that? That's not Yeti, that's not.
This has got to be like the first one again.
Yeah.
I was like, it's got to get really
supernatural shit. But then the whole it was kind of like a boss battle with the Yeti where you're running from it and
I was like,
good old
I actually shat myself. I was like shooting that for like an hour.
Especially when it's like grabbing you, it's like just slamming on you.
It's probably scary.
And then Tenzin comes to the rescue with his knife. I have to say, he's one of the best characters. He never spoke a word of English, and like after it, you're like, that guy's amazing.
I like playing him online. That was also like the best multiplayer.
Oh, I know.
That was so addictive. I played that for how long? I think we played it for...
Yeah, we played it...
a good 2 years or something.
Yeah, until the third one came out.
I was jumping between GTA 4 and Uncharted 2.
Yeah,
it's only 2 games we played.
There was obviously the Team Deathmatch game was, but then there was the one where you had to grab the big massive idol. You had to run it, and then you could throw it. That was a really good one.
Was good.
Especially like all the different maps. It was like, it wasn't as if it was just straight maps from the game, it was like things that were kind of related to them.
It was.
So it was good to kind of see all those different ones. Then they had the DLC ones.
It was just so fun as well, like so addictive. And I was good at it. Like one of the only games I was good at online.
Yeah, I'd still don't think I was great at it.
I was well good at that. No, you were good at it. No, we were a good team.
Yeah, a good team.
You, Nathan, and Cheesy.
Cheesy, I forgot about him. Me, Cheesy. But yeah, I really think they kind of. I'm not sure if they dropped the ball with the third one multiplayer, but
they did a wee bit too much. I think
they tried to be too much like Call of Duty, because at that time, 2011, Call of Duty was kind of hitting its very peak. Like that was before it started to like kind of drop off. So like other games try to copy it,
didn't just sell it different.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I like the mechanics of the second one. Like see like the way that it's like. I don't know, it's just a different mechanic because see... Like,
it felt like you were running about instead of just being like this superhuman man that's purely charging through.
That was the best thing about the second one because like just the mechanics, like the third one changed the mechanics completely. Except for the thing on multiplayer, what was it, the co-op and multiplayer, that was the exact same mechanics as the second one.
Was it?
That's the only thing. But then the online changed, and I just didn't like it. The way it moved. And
yeah, it was a weird.
Different.
I know that's another thing about the third one. Maybe we should talk about the third one. Actually,
did we talk about the twist?
We did talk about the twist. We were going to talk about the twist. This is what happens. So there's like the Yetis, and then you get to Shangri-La, and more Yetis appear, and you're shooting them down. Then fucking big badass bald Russian guy just runs in with his wee shotgun, blows one away for you, and then just slaps a mask off it, and it's this Mayan
weird
kind of
avatar thing.
Yeah, this giant man with like blue stuff
They
pulsing
were-
through them.
They were scary as well.
I know. When you actually get to the side, and they've got their cross.
They were modern crushing as well.
Yeah,
I remember running away from them. There was like
their
this,
crossbows and their swinging things that exploded and all
I
that.
remember the bit that was like maybe the hardest bit. That whole thing. Like you get like big guys and see the big guns.
Mm-hmm.
What are they called again?
The chain guns.
Like they were there. And there was like wee guys with shields and stuff, I think.
Yeah, those are.
But then
Oh yeah, and then they jump.
eventually
You kill them all, and then they jump down after it, don't they? Was
you
it the
kill
other way
them, and then the blue avatar guys come, and you're like,
It's like a big kind of courtyard thing.
there's a building.
Yeah, and it's
That's
like
it's
you're in
wrecked.
you're in the corner of it, and you can just run about it, and you have
On the building, you can jump out of this wee roof.
yeah.
Then like they can climb what was in that, and you're just like, oh no. You continue running away.
It
from
was
and crush
really good vertical gameplay as well.
Mm.
It wasn't as if it was just this flat kind of
just on the one place.
battlefield.
You always had to keep moving. That's what I liked about the second one.
I know. Another set piece. I'll literally just remembered. See when you first get to the monastery, and you just pick up the sniper, and you're looking about and you're taking out the guys with RPGs. And you hit one of them, and as he falls, he fires the RPG at the roof. Not the roof. The base of one of the towers, and the tower just comes crashing down. It's this huge big tower. Remember, you get the dragon sniper.
Completely blanking.
No?
Completely blanking.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can
Get a video.
I know.
I'll probably remember it as soon as I see it, but. And I remember doing something like that, shooting something, then it hits a building.
You can keep it on top if you want. But yeah, it's. I can't remember.
What?
Collapse it? No, it's not one of these ones. Monastery.
What level was it in?
The monastery?
Just stay full level. What were we saying? Well, we're talking about that.
Yeah, all these different. Is this it? No, I can't see it. Oh, I can't find it. Sorry. You're just gonna have to do it, but it's the big thing on the side of the cliff. It's an online map, the monastery, where it's like you get the two towers at each end, and then there's a wee tunnel underneath.
Oh.
It's like that kind of. It looks like that, but then it's like four big massive towers at the front, and then you shoot a guy, and
it hits like another building.
Yeah.
And then like you go across this bit, and then there's a bridge.
Yeah, and then
you're climbing up that. I remember.
That's another. Like immediately just jump straight into that.
So hard, that level.
I know. Every bridge though Nathan Drake crosses.
Well, every like level is hard crushing, but see, like there's ones you remember that are really hard, and that's like a really hard one because there's like people shooting down at you. You're trying to climb.
Yeah, that's another one where it's every kind of level you have to like. And you can do it stealthily as well, which I love. Because you can you get the guy and you can drop down on one of them, and then you have to climb up all the way to the top and
so
jump
tense,
down.
Though you're like pure.
I know. I always
I get upset in it.
Just
because I'm
just one more guy, and then you fail at that guy, and then 10 other guys come flying in, grenades, just
tensing up, breaking my controller.
Just smash the controller.
You have to time it perfectly.
Yeah, because it's not as if they're just standing. You can just drop down behind them.
Sometimes they did catch you, and they're not even you.
Yeah.
But
there's moments where you just you drop down, he's facing away, and then you immediately turn around as you hit the floor, and you're just shit. Just
start punching.
I know, just mashing the buttons, just fuck. But yeah, one thing with the third one though, moving on to that now eventually after about 20 minutes of trying to move on it, is they tried their fucking best to one up Uncharted 2.
And didn't some bits?
And they did. See the cruise liner.
Oh my god.
That was such a good level.
Aye.
I also liked how they added in the Marco Polo bit for the second one, the wee swimming pool. It was so good how it actually felt as if it was shifting, even when you're not.
Aye,
when it doesn't get hit and falls over.
I'm sure they completely made the boat turn on, but they said there was an easier way to do it, but they made it the hard way.
Yeah.
So they made the whole thing tip, which is nuts.
I know, because it's you go. I can't remember how you can.
That's such a good level.
How does he even get on the ship?
He gets on a boat and goes on it.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's
he's
when
on the
wee that'd be almost like a town built out of scrap ships. And then you eventually somehow manage to go on the
You
ship.
get to a wee docking bit, and then it's like pure bad weather and stuff.
Yeah, who is it? That's
A tsunami comes or something.
yeah, because that was the E3 gameplay. Are you not tied up to a chair?
I think you just start. Well, you're climbing up the ladders in the E3 demo.
Oh yeah, and then you somehow manage to fucking
Tip all fucking.
yeah. Oh, you eventually get captured. I'm sure. Yeah.
Aye,
You make your way through the ship as it's upright, then you get captured, and then you blow up a car which rolls in, or you kill a guy who blows up the side of the ship, and then as you're in the bottom kind of cargo, everything starts to shift. And then it just, as it ends,
It's
it
so
falls in
weird
your
though.
crew.
It's like try to figure out what way you're going and stuff. And
I know, while shooting guys. And then you eventually make it up, and then like when you get into the ballroom, I love that one.
Ballroom with
the big
chandeliers.
massive, the chandeliers. When there was the chandeliers when you were
That was murder, that bit.
when you were upright, and then there was the Mad Arabian guy, pure last stand with his gun, and you have to escape. It's done
I like
really
the bit
well.
where it's like tiptoe and you're like running. You have to like jump over doors that have been opened because you're just, like sideways and there's
hallways.
like water.
It's like
chasing
hallways. It's not even like door. Yeah, there's the one where you have to go down into a room and back and through the adjoining room and back up just to get over something.
There's a bit where you're like like I don't think you're like in a low level with the ship.
Yeah.
There's like hundreds of water and you have to like swim under or something.
Yeah. They've done it really well. It did feel like you're on a sinking ship. And then like I feel like it was also kind of forced was
such a hard level though.
The evolution of how you're moving throughout the world, because like you get shipwrecked, and then
the third one kind of jumped the boot a bit.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it tried too hard. Like you landed in the water, held onto something, then you arrived on a beach next to a city, and it was like that was you back in that same city you were in before. And then you go find Elena. They go find Elena, and then there's an airport nearby, so they jump in the plane.
So and then
he jumps in the plane, and then he goes to the middle of the desert, which crashes. But then I liked the one where you're wandering. You just wander for about 10-15 minutes.
You talk about the plane.
Yeah, that was it. That was another amazing set piece that they really did out of Uncharted 2.
That's like one of the standard bits.
Yeah, it's a ridiculous one though.
It's even you're like hanging on for your life, and you think you're going to make it.
Yeah, and then
get a parachute or something, but then you're like flung at the plane. And
yeah, because the plane crashes, like because all the blooming cars get flung at the back, and you have to avoid them. And the wee guys are just
that guy as well, big giant guy.
Yeah, and then somebody throws a grenade or something. The front of the plane explodes, and that's you get sucked out, and you're flying. You're just like, shit, how the hell's he gonna survive this?
You're just in there, like
somehow managed to. It's like some sort of like Mission Impossible move where you hit and grab onto a big crate.
You're like, you don't always get ham, so you're just flying there, like thinking,
I know.
Like, how am I gonna get through
this?
You
have to like cut the parachute thing.
Yeah, you grab onto the box.
No, you don't cut it. You just pull it.
You pull the string and it does the parachute.
And somehow, even though it slows down, you don't dislocate your shoulders, and because that's probably what's happening. If you're holding on.
It's Superman. Superman Nathan Drake.
And then that's how they done the E3 reveal thing.
They didn't show all it, but they showed.
No, the thing where you're just walking through the sand of the crashed plane.
Oh, right,
and you like pick up the AK out of the desert.
That was just a.
That was the reveal. I don't think it was E3.
That was a nice bit, like just walking through the desert.
Yeah, they never even had a story at that point. I don't think. I think they built the story around the fact that it's playing, which is annoying, because I don't think they should do that. They should have a story and then it should happen naturally.
Aye.
But let's hope they
do that.
The
Last of Us writers guy and director guy.
Maybe that was the problem with the third one.
If they had a good writer still, but it wasn't as smooth, I don't think.
Yeah. What do you think will happen without Amy Hennig? Do you think that'll affect anything drastically?
Nah. It's still good writers.
I know.
She
was just, was she the director or something?
I think she's I don't know.
But
she was, I don't know.
She's moved on to Visceral Games, and I'm really excited for that as well, because I'm obviously a huge Star Wars fan, and Nolan North's been a bit lucky with it, saying that it's like Uncharted. So
really?
Yeah. that was he's been blabbering for months. Saying
He's
like,
just letting everything
it's
out.
like, oh, the Last of Us 2 is coming out, and it's like, oh, Visceral Games is releasing a game like Uncharted, which is perfect because that 1313, see the bounty hunter thing, that looked amazing, and that wasn't something Jedi-like and anything. That's what I think Visceral need to do. They need to jump away.
Really
they need to jump away from the lightsabers and the Empire obviously need to be around, or like the actual government. They need to be around, but they don't need to be around the Skywalkers or Jedi. They can just be in the universe. Because there's thousands of planets and thousands of characters, and they keep on following this. No, need to be, just need to be brave, mate. Because even like the Force Unleashed introduced a new character, which is good, but it still followed the same thing. But
he was like on Darth Vader's wing.
Yeah, which I think we're talking about Star Wars too much here.
Let's get back to
Uncharted. Amy Hennig leaving isn't too important, I don't think. Because they've still got the people for The Last of Us, and The Last of Us.
Amazing. That's like one of my favorite. I think that may be my favorite game.
I still haven't played it that much. I played it years, and then like I bought it for the PS4 and just barely played it. I played online. When I played the story, I played it.
I'll definitely go back and play it though.
Yeah, I've already tried that.
I completed that like 5 times on the PS3. So, and then I got it to the PS4 and just only played the online.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I loved the game, but I don't know why I didn't get into it again.
I'll definitely put it again as soon as the Last of Us 2. Like, just before it or whatever.
Yeah, because that's what I've done with Uncharted 3. I played 1 and 2 like days before it.
Days before the third one.
Yeah. That was my
plan. That's another story. Like, I still get up well early for was it Uncharted 2 or Uncharted 3?
No, it was Uncharted 2 because I got you and Nathan's Uncharted 3.
So we did.
Yeah, because
Uncharted 2 we got like on our bikes and cycled all the way into Hull, and then I think we stopped to get a McDonald's like halfway there. That wasn't a good idea. So we got back in the bike and went to Hound out of breath, feeling sick. And I still had to cycle all the way back.
At least you have Uncharted, that's the extra kick that you need. I've got Uncharted 2, I can head back.
Because you know what Nathan's like, see when he hears about something he really wants it, he's like fucking cycling well fast.
Yeah.
I'm as fit as him, so I'm like fucking dying trying to keep up. He's just like, come on.
I feel like 3
pancakes at McDonald's.
Oh god, I don't know. Pancakes.
Anyway, back to Uncharted 3.
I don't know if there's anything left in Uncharted 3, but because we're talking about like how
there's not really a twist either, because there's just like the drug king on it. There's like a drug.
Yeah, and the end fell a bit flat. Like how it was like you wanted there was a whole build up of the gin, and they're coming up in their wee thing, and it ends with a cutscene. Like, you don't do anything. Not the actual game itself, but like the things are coming up, and then why is that a cutscene? But you're underwater and you shoot a crane, and then the big thing falls, and then
that was supposed to like unleash a curse or something.
Yeah, those flaming headed demons. Well, there's the twist, the big spoilery twist with Sully, the whole hallucination of his death thing. Where Sully gets fucking sniped, and you're just like, oh my god, Sully's dead. And then like 20 minutes later, Sully's alive. And you're just like, what the fuck?
I don't even remember that.
It's like where Sully dies, and then you go through it, and then all the bad guys' heads go on fire after you kill them, and then you kill them, but they stay alive, and their heads go on fire.
I know, but I'd like to talk about.
Okay. What have you got? You don't need to ask.
Sorry, I cut you off a wee bit there.
I'll go over it.
But see the bit where he's younger.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That was good. Sully for the first time, I think.
Yeah, and the old English one as well.
That bitch. It's just a good level as well, because he's like running away from people, and you're kind of finding out who he is now.
Yeah, running across the rooftops, following Sully. Sully's like the bad guy.
Try to steal this thing.
His key.
You obviously know Sully's a good guy, but you didn't know if he was back then.
Yeah, and then like
that's when he became good, kind of.
Yeah, you can see that they've got a kind of, I don't know, a way about each other. They can communicate really well, Really, like, I don't want to say banter,
It's
but
just
it's
a
kind of
lot of
banter.
good. It's just a lot of good mere character development.
Yeah.
I've used that 3 times.
Yeah, we've been talking for 45 minutes, so.
Yeah.
3 times in character development stuff. But yeah, I think we've covered everything. Uncharted 3 now.
Think so?
Yeah, I think so. What else is there? Naughty Dog themselves. I know it's not Naughty Dog that's making the Drake Collection, I think.
No, it's well. Obviously they made the games, but someone else is like taking on.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's
converting it or PS4 disc or whatever.
But
Make
Naughty
the graphics
Dog
better.
is one of those ones that's just always been around, but you might not have known they were always around. Like starting off, was it?
No, I always knew.
Yeah, but you're a weirdo. Really,
I'm just a big Super fan.
Yeah.
I was like Crash Bandicoot, yes, every single one.
I know, because everyone loved Crash Bandicoot. I don't know many people.
Recognised the logo though, so like I just kept going with the logo.
Yeah.
Because see, when I seen Jack Daxter, I didn't know what it was. I just seen the Naughty Dog logo.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm getting that. Creators of Crash Bandicoot.
So that was their brand recognition.
So I was like bummed out when they stopped making Crash Bandicoot games.
Yeah, they had to. It was one of those things. That was Naughty Dog then. Like it
wasn't Naughty Dog's fault. It was like Sony's fault.
Yeah, it's the thing they've done where they.
I think it was like copyright reasons and because Universal owned.
Oh right.
Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
And then Sony bought Naughty Dog.
Alright.
That was the reason why they lost Crash Bandicoot, because Sony bought Naughty Dog and then they had to leave Crash Bandicoot behind.
It's a shame. Because they've done a thing where they wouldn't move a franchise on to the next kind of generation of consoles in the PlayStation. Like Jack Daxter was their PS2 game, wasn't it? And then obviously Uncharted, they've kind of broke the streak.
Aye.
Bringing out Uncharted 4. Because the Drake Collection kind of counts as a new game. Because it's all 3 of them together, but I don't know, Crash Bandicoot really was. It's like one of those classic games. It's like the platform kind of thing, but not really platforming.
You go back to it now, like the controls are like wonder.
At the camera as well.
Even back then.
See the one where you're all the ones with the
still a great game.
When you're running away from things towards the camera, and it's just like
I think
you have like split-second decision.
I think the camera was fine in the second and third one.
I can't remember that.
But like, see the first one, it's murder. Because you don't have analog sticks in it back then.
Right.
You couldn't use analog sticks ever with them. But it's just like, it's one of the games where you're like, this is so difficult, but then you have to get past it.
Yeah.
Like, because I used to like pass the controller. Me, my dad, and my sister.
Yeah, just
so if I died, I'd pass it on to the next person and see if they could do it.
There's also those moments with the wee polar bears and stuff.
That's like the second one. Well,
the first
I think
one
there's the first one, the big one chasing you in it.
No, the polar bear's the second one, I think, but the first one's like the pig, I think it is.
Aye, the
warthog. Aye. But it's the ones where you're running away from things and you're jumping into the camera like over things that you can't see yet until like the last second.
Well, it doesn't annoy them, but like that's like a Naughty Dog thing, because they even do that in Uncharted.
Yeah. So you're just running and you just fall.
I think they did that a few times in Jack Daxter as well, but no like all the time. I think it was only like once or twice in all the franchise.
I can't even remember Jack Daxter. I know it was like a weird. No, I know it was a weird ferret guy. Not a ferret guy, it was a ferret and a weird guy with like pointy ears.
Aye.
Called Jack. Who is Jack? Jack was the man, wasn't
he? Jack's the elf kind of guy.
Right. What was the whole thing with that? Was that just a kind of like Ratchet and Clank type of game?
Well, I don't know. Well, it's just a platforming game. It was the first one was completely different from like what Ratchet and Clank was. Ratchet and Clank's a shooter platformer game.
Oh yeah.
And like Jack and Daxter, the first one's kind of like Jack's on mute. It's like Crash, like Crash was.
Right.
And then like the second one was like a joke that says like you're not mute now. And it's like eco powers, and the second one's just such a much better game. It's like GTA.
Is it?
A big open city.
Oh, that's very cool.
Like hijack people's flying cars and stuff. And
is that fun?
then the third one's just mental. You get the city and you get the desert.
Oh, is it like even
big giant desert area?
At least
it's ahead of its time, honestly. And the stories are so good, especially the second one, because it's like time travel kind of stuff in there.
That can get complicated though.
No, but it's pretty simple.
But not the actual to get your head around. More like
I'm not spoiling.
They can kind of trip themselves up if they get into time travel.
I bet they didn't. I think
That's good.
So
Naughty Dog
you don't have to play them. It's good.
They have a history though of doing amazing games. Like The Last of Us, obviously, is like game of the year every year. And like, but I just hope they really take everything, not everything, but everything good from The Last of Us, and kind of
Last of Us is one of the best.
Like turn it into, not turn it into, sorry, like make it like things that Uncharted can use, but not forcing.
I don't want them to like do that.
Like story game, not so much gameplay, like story wise, like you can.
I think they're going at it like this is an Uncharted game. This is straight Uncharted. Like obviously they'll update it and like new stuff into it, but they're not going to go.
More like things they learn.
Last of Us.
More things they learned for The Last of Us actually. Now that I mentioned, I think about it.
Aye.
Because you don't want like. That's what I was saying about Battlefront as well. Like, you don't want it to be too much like. Well, you kind of do, because they're amazing games. But the originals, like, they're their own games and they're just kind of taking inspiration with the new ones. Whereas The Last of Us is kind of taking some themes and making them darker and doing certain things. It's like a.
It's a completely different game.
Completely different, but you can kind of see similarities in them.
Some of them.
Like with the technology.
Kind of mechanics are kind
of. The technology, I think, as long as the technology.
It feels different though. That's the good thing. Like, Uncharted is more jumpy and you can fly forever when you're jumping.
He just tucks his knees in and that's him.
Just goes. It's like fucking Spider-Man.
But Last of Us is very like lumbering.
I did that bit. That was like fucking.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this as well. The bit where you're like. You're just lumbering. You're just like Joel's just this guy. It's just running about with his flannel shirt on. You're just like his beard and everything.
The Last of Us is something else, man.
Oh. Well,
that's up there with Uncharted 2, but I think it maybe even tops it, just because it's so. Like it's more emotional. It's more.
Yeah, that's it.
Deep.
I think being a slower game helped it, but it also kind of I don't know.
Scary.
I don't know. I kind of.
Stale.
It could have been. It was too slow at some point. So.
I think so.
Yeah. It wasn't one that grabbed you.
Subtle.
That's why I love Uncharted.
Subtle story, and you got to know the characters, man. Just getting depth. Well, I think it's much better. Characters.
Yeah, because they've got time. Because everything's going at 2 miles an hour. Because Uncharted, everything's 100 miles an hour, and you're just like.
It's good to slow down because you get really big, intense, like really tense bits,
I suppose and
it's good to slow down a bit.
Yeah.
It's well balanced. I think.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. But I know it's. I don't know. It's a much.
There's a lot to remember. Like I remember Last of Us a lot more as well.
Like you played it more recently.
That's true.
But yeah, Naughty Dog really. They're kind of pushing the boundaries with stories in games. Like it's.
They've always been there.
Everyone's saying about how movies and games. Like games are trying to be movies and stuff, but well, I don't know. Like it's starting to shift that way, but I don't think people need to do that because Naughty Dog have got their style and they do it like movies. Whereas, like I don't feel like other games should try to kind of imitate Naughty Dog's style. Whereas I'd like a style like that with some games that'd be worth it, like Star Wars, because that's got such a vast like library of things it can pull out of. So it can have a game that's cinematic. Dark, Naughty Dog like, and it can have a Disney Infinity thing in it, in the same universe, and it doesn't feel too weird.
Obviously, every game does
some of them
have to be like that.
Yeah,
but it's like no, it's not as if it's like everyone's like a fucking cutscene when you're doing it.
Yeah,
like
that could
you're pressing a button and like an animation something for like 2 seconds.
Was it Quantic Dreams or something like that? That studio that tries to do that too much.
Heavy Rain.
Yeah.
I liked Heavy Rain.
I never
was
played
good. And then there's that other game with fucking Ellen Page in it.
Beyond, is it Beyond Two Souls? I was going to say Beyond Good and Evil.
I heard it was alright though, but I didn't buy it.
Yeah, I think Nathan had it. He's one that buys everything. We need to get him on this.
I like that company though.
Yeah.
Heavy Rain was a really good game.
To me though, as somebody who's never played any of their games, they just seem like a kind of a tech company where they're just kind of
thing.
no, they're just kind of like showing off what they can do rather than doing an actual good game.
Well, it is good games still, but
I know, but that's, to me, it feels like they're focusing too much on
It's
what they
just 'cause
can
there's
do and
one
not
guy-
what they actually do.
I think, well, maybe not just because there's one guy, but there's obviously,
Yeah, whole dev team, but
but this
it's the
guy's got his
mastermind.
vision,
You'll
and
end up going insane though. Everyone does.
he's always like,
Yeah, Peter Molyneux.
he wants it to be an experience, not a game.
Yeah, Peter Molyneux kind of shat the bed of everyone. He was one of those kind of guys. He's like the Lionhead Studios guy. I think. And like Fable. And black and white.
I know his face.
He's not done anything there.
Because he fucked up with Fable, didn't he?
I actually liked the second one. I never played the first one, but I heard amazing things about it. And if people don't like the second one, so if that's what I like about the second one, and the first one must be amazing.
The second one, like, well,
yeah, I had that on the Xbox 360.
Crackdown.
I never had Crackdown.
So
I kind of had a weird kind of time where I wasn't hitting the launch
Crackdown's so good though.
titles and stuff. Like I had Gears 2. I was jumping at that. Was about the time I jumped in like Gears 2 and Modern Warfare 2. I was playing.
I played Gears 1.
I played Gears 1 at somebody's
I never played the
house,
second one.
but I quite liked Gears. Gears 2 was good. It was like the Expendables kind of thing. It's just like men just running and
That's good though.
Yeah, it's different, which is.
That's like one of the best games for that console. And Crackdown.
I think people get caught up too much on consoles. Like they try too much to be like. Obviously, we were talking about Uncharted, but we love Uncharted, and we're not just like, oh, PS3, PS4, fuck Xbox, because we all obviously have had Xbox.
I like the Xbox.
I love the Xbox because one thing.
Shock, I had that on Xbox.
They're so different to me because Xbox to me was Xbox Live. I was playing from my pals at school, and I was just like constantly on Call of Duty World at War. Like I played that for so long, but then shifting to the PS3 was it was a better time for me because I was kind of like getting older, so I was able to just kind of sit and play single player and not be bothered by wanting to go online. But obviously I had Uncharted to go online with, but I liked all this story gameplay.
I used to like just sitting. I used to like just sitting in my room playing a game myself. Like pure concentrating into completing it.
Yeah.
I loved that.
And
I used to do that with all the Ratchet and Clanks.
Yeah. I love the console wars, so it's amazing. Just seeing people getting so riled up.
I know.
It's just like, wait a minute, can you not just be like, no, I like them all. Like PC has things for everyone. I think everyone knows that and everyone can accept that PC has things for everyone. But you just don't get the same experience in console, which is why people prefer consoles. But people get too split between but there's no difference really between Xbox and PS4.
Not really.
It's just the games that come out.
Exclusives.
For all we know, Halo could have come out in PS3 and it wouldn't been any different.
No, but maybe it's just because it's a Microsoft game.
Yeah, but it could go either way. Like,
Uncharted could be in the Xbox.
Yeah,
maybe. And some people say it's fucking over. It's too powerful and all, but it's probably not.
No, that's just fucking propaganda. Right. But have you seen the new Halo trailers?
No.
They're great. I like the live action trailers, but they're actually like it's a really good kind of working.
It's like Versus or something.
Yeah, it's like it's two different sides, which I quite enjoyed. So there's two different sides of like view, because you've got Spartan Locke and Master Chief, and it's like the Master Chief side. It's like talking about how there's one of them where it's like a woman for the UNSC, and she's talking about how Master Chief's died, and like everyone like it goes to like all these people around the world and they're pure like, oh my god, what the hell. And then like another trailer is for Locke's perspective, and him and his team are in this, it's like an airship and it's showing you the same footage of Master Chief when he died, and like he's running through this, like, I don't know, I'm gonna say estate, where it's like all these high rises, and then something destroys all the high rises and it falls on him. And the end of the Master Chief one, it's his orange light and his helmet goes out, and it's like Master Chief's dead. But then it's like in the lock one, it's like the official story is Master Chief's dead, and it just shows you him like clench his fist and his light comes back on, and it's like, but that's not true, and it's your responsibility or something to kill him or whatever, to like take him out.
So they got to completely get rid of him?
No, there's the two characters. I think, I'm not sure. That's one of these things. It really has taken my interest.
It's so iconic. So.
Yeah, it's like, you'd be an idiot to be like, no, Master Chief's an arsehole. And like Halo is shite, because when you look at how many people love Halo, it's well loved anyway. I think that's about us. We've been talking for a bit. That's us hit nearly an hour and 2 minutes. We've been talking about that, so I'll probably end up cutting this into a few videos. I might even cut the last one into like a wee short video where we're talking about the console wars and stuff. But I'll probably cut that bit out there just for talking about it. But yeah, I don't even know what's happening. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Stay tuned for another podcast. Don't know what's going to be on yet, but I'm sure you'll see it eventually. If you just, I'm going to say that again because I fucked up. So thanks for watching. If you actually made it this far, don't know how many of the parts you watched. If I've made it into parts, I don't know if I'm going to do that yet. So if you like this video, subscribe for more of these podcasts and for all sorts of gameplay, including Uncharted Drake Collection on Media Rumble. Thanks. Bye.
Oh man.